Howdy gang, and welcome back to Pool School. In today's very important episode, I'm going to talk to you about how you can reduce the use of chlorine tablets or granular chlorine in your pool without spending an arm and leg trying to do some kind of major conversion to some other type of sanitizing system. So what do you say we get going? Alrighty, before we get started, once again, I want to thank you for watching this video. Remind you to like it if you do, subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already, and please share my channel with everyone you know who owns a pool. Also, stick around because at the end of this video, I'm going to show you how you can win a couple of these for your pool. More about that in a moment. And lastly, don't forget to check out my newest membership website, poolschooler.com. It's going to come across the front of the screen right here, poolschooler.com. It is the next step in do-it-yourself pool maintenance where you can save a ton more money taking care of your pool yourself. Alrighty. So right now in our current world, there is, at least in the continental United States, an enormous shortage of chlorine tablets and granular chlorine. Now, that is due to some damage that was done to the plants that make those tablets and granular chlorine back in Louisiana, and that happened before the government shut everything down because of COVID, and then people didn't go back to work, so they could never get the supply chain back up. Now that people are back at work, they're scrambling to catch up. The rumor is we're going to be dealing with this till about 2022. So until that time, do your best to, it's always helpful to try to utilize as little chlorine tablets or granular chlorine as possible. And there are some ways to do that without spending $20-something $100 converting your pool to a salt system or some of those newfangled UV lights that, in my opinion and experience, don't work very well. There are three things that I would suggest that can help you save on chlorine tablets or granular chlorine during this time and for even after it's over, okay? The first one is pretty simple. And if you're willing to take the extra time it takes to do this, it's worth it. The first thing I might suggest is switch to liquid chlorine. Now, there doesn't seem to be a shortage of liquid chlorine right now, so you can purchase liquid chlorine, keep it on hand. The only thing is you have to test your pool chemistry about every 2 days at the longest. You can't let much more time go by than that before you test and add liquid chlorine, because liquid chlorine dissipates pretty quick. It evaporates faster because it's in the pool and it's immediately dissolved, so it's not dissolving slowly like a tablet. People ask me, well, why don't you use liquid chlorine? I've said this before. I don't use liquid chlorine because I go to my pools once a week, and people can't afford for me, nor can I afford to do it for the price I charge, to go every day of the week to service the same pool and add liquid chlorine. So the tablets are very convenient. Obviously, granular chlorine takes a little longer to dissolve. That's probably my least favorite because that can settle to the bottom of a pool and bleach out the bottom of a pool as well, especially if you have a colored pool or a vinyl pool. So anyway, but liquid chlorine is by far the most pure way besides chlorine gas, which is not available for residential pools, and I would not recommend it because it's highly dangerous. But liquid chlorine is the best way to get chlorine into the pool quickly, and if you're willing to test your pool chemistry every 2 days, don't let 3 days go by, okay, and you can add your chlorine accordingly, that's the best way to get away from using tablets or granular chlorine at all, okay? The other two ways are still going to use chlorine tablets, but they do reduce the need for chlorine tablets in your pool, okay, based on the way it works. The first one is a product called PoolRX. Again, PoolRX. Now, I'm going to show you a picture of it here in just a second and then explain to you how it works or what it does. But I've got a couple friends who have pools that use this, and they tend to like it. About the only drawback that I can see is that it uses copper to help maintain chlorine levels and reduce algae. See, I said it right that time. Algae. And I'm not a fan of heavy metals, but what I understand about the PoolRX is the copper that's in that is not the kind that absorbs into the body. I don't know that. You're gonna have to do your own research on that, but I'm just not a fan of heavy metals in my pool. But from what I understand, the chelated copper is okay. That's my thought on that. But again, here's what the PoolRX looks like. So this is the packaging for PoolRX, and if you can tell from the cover there, it says simplifies pool care, and it says eliminates all algae and reduces chemicals. So that's what their advertisement says, and it also says it's ideal for salt pools. So I'm going to show you another panel of their material and information. So I pulled this off the internet, and this again is the PoolRX label and what it says. It's mineral technology. It says it's a perfect solution for simple, amazing water this season. So here's the thing. If you look at this picture, it says you place it in the skimmer or the pump basket. And again, it's not chlorine, it's minerals. And according to them, it eliminates and prevents all types of algae. It allows you to swim in less chlorine, so there's the lower use of chlorine. Provides high definition water clarity and lasts up to 6 months. And it also works great for salt pools. So that is what the PoolRX looks like, although I have no clients that have them in their pools at this time. So that's the PoolRX. And once again, I have no personal experience with it, but 2 of my dear friends own pools and they have experience with it and they really, really like it, and they say they use a lot less chlorine tablets for their pools. So that's another way to save some money on tablets and use less. Now the third one, and I've already done a video on this product, is to get yourself a couple of these. These are called Sunken Treasures, and they're tablet holders, but they sink to the bottom of the pool. So because they sink to the bottom of the pool, the chlorine disperses from the bottom of the pool up, and it's not sitting at the surface where the really hot water is, so the chlorine doesn't evaporate as quickly, and it gets into the pool better and distributes better. Now I have these in 2 pools of my own clients, and I use about 3 tablets each time. When I first started, I put 2 tablets in each of them according to the instructions, put them on the bottom of the pool, and I used them for 6 weeks, and I'm still using them now, but we were getting up to 117 degrees temperature, and they were using less chlorine. I was using about 3 tablets a week in both of the pools, where typically I'd be using 5 to 6 tablets a week. So that's a pretty decent savings when it comes to using chlorine tablets. Now the one caveat about these is these are not made for pools with painted, dark, or vinyl surfaces, okay? So if you have an above ground pool, you don't want to use this on your pool. Also, in my video product review of these Sunken Treasures, I made a comment about PebbleTech, and in PebbleTech pools, the older PebbleTech was manufactured very well, and the dye that was used to color the pebbles was a really good dye, and they had no problem with these sitting on the bottom of the pool. Some of the newer PebbleTech surfaces, for whatever reason, and I don't know, it seems like the dyes in the pebbles that are used to dye the pebbles is cheap or not done well or not produced right, and so it has bleached a couple pools, according to the friend of mine who actually is the distributor of these, and he says that they've had a couple problems with the newer PebbleTech. So if in an older PebbleTech pool, they should be okay. But follow the instructions online. And again, like I said, I have experience with these and they do work. Now, I want to tell you something about these and give you an opportunity to win a couple of these, because as I said, my friend who is the distributor of these, who knows the person who invented these, gave me these 2. And so why don't you do a contest and we're going to give these away, okay? So couple things. Number 1, couple details about the contest, and then a couple things in case you don't win the contest. I can show you how to get these a lot cheaper, okay? So these are a bit more expensive than a typical tablet floater, but they're a much heavier duty plastic, so they tend to last longer. And again, I'm going to show you at the end of this video how to get some of those a little bit cheaper, okay? First, if you want to earn a chance to win 2 of these 2 here, to put in your own pool, couple things. First of all, you must live in the continental United States, okay? So if you don't live in the continental United States, we can't ship outside of the continental United States. So you must be living in the continental United States. What you're gonna do is shoot me an email, okay? Don't make a comment in the comment section. Shoot me an email to, and it's gonna come right across the bottom of the screen here, kennypoolschool@gmail.com. Once again, kennypoolschool@gmail.com. And in the subject line, put either Sunken Treasure or Sunken Treasure Contest, okay? And submit that email to me before July 31st, 2021, because that's when the contest ends. And then on August 1st, 2021, I'm going to pick a name of whoever wins these two. I will contact them directly and I will ship these to them. I get their address and everything and ship them to them. Remember, I do not share this information with anybody, emails, contact information, or anything that is specifically just for my company, and nobody else gets a hold of that information. So if you want a chance to win a couple of these, go ahead and enter the contest. And remember what I said, I can show you how to earn a little bit of discount on these. My friend was gracious enough to give me a website address to these, and I'm going to give you a direct link in the comments, in the description below this video. So go to the description of this video, look up the website for these Sunken Treasures, and if you go to that website, ordering them from there will give you $1 off the price that they're advertised for on Amazon. Now, there's something else. Don't say, well, $1, that's not much. So my friend who distributes these through that website, he also gave me a product code. And in that product code, which is in the description below this video as well, if you enter that product code into your order, it will give you $2 off per each one of these that you order. So think about it. That's $3 off each unit that you order from his website, because they're $1 less than they are on Amazon. And entering the discount code into your order, you'll get an additional $2 off of each one of these floaters. So $3 off each one, that makes it worth it. So again, that's my simple video on how to save on using chlorine tablets and granular chlorine. And again, like I said, because of the season we're in and where we're at right now in our situation, there's a huge shortage of these things, but hopefully things will get better. But even if they do, it's nice to not kind of have as much chemicals in your pool. And you know, my whole goal is for you to save some money. So I hope this made sense. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put them in the comment section below this video, or you can email me directly, and my email address is going to come across the bottom of the screen as always. It is kennypoolschool@gmail.com. Once again, kennypoolschool@gmail.com. Now remember, I get a lot of emails every summer, and it is sometimes very hard for me to keep up with them. Sometimes it takes me upwards of 3 weeks to get back to them. So I'll do my best to get back to them into the comments. But if you'd like more direct access to me, plus a whole lot of other do-it-yourself pool maintenance perks, please check out my website, poolschooler.com. It'll be right across the front here, poolschooler.com. So that's my video on how to save on using chlorine tablets and granular chlorine. I hope it made sense. And until we meet again, remember to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, have fun, be safe, and always watch those kids and elderly folk and pets around water. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.